Hey, welcome back, everyone. It's me, Mr. 4K. I find it very hilarious how some people are calling me an Xbox shill. And clearly, people who are calling me an Xbox shill, obviously, they never watched any of my other videos or my other live streams. Because if they did, they would know perfectly clear that I'm not an Xbox shill. Especially now that I have traded in my Xbox Series X and Series S for a Nintendo Switch 2. I guess, they missed out on that video as well. But what happened is I made a video. And it was a genuine video, me explaining uh, to my beloved Sony fanboys that they're living in a fantasy world, and they got triggered by the fact that I was telling them that they live in a fantasy world because they still live in this amnesia where they believe that their beloved console, that's how many years now old? Almost 6 years, with an RDNA 2, old GPU and CPU. Okay, it's a 5700 XT from 2019, equivalent to 5700 XT. It's an old GPU, and they still believe that their beloved consoles will be here forever. Super overpriced, PS5 Pro. Uh, Look, not only are these consoles super overpriced ridiculously, and you're paying $1,000. Listen, the whole purpose of a console to begin with was affordability. And I talked about that on my video. I said what made consoles so unique and great in the past, it was the affordability. The fact that you can afford and purchase these consoles, not only in the past, not only were they cheap, affordable, but they were easy to use, plug and play. That's the whole point of a console in the past. That's why people switched from PC to console, because with a console it was cheaper, more affordable, plug and play, plug and play, easy experience, convenience, right? It was a very convenient way to play. Just plug and play, connect it to your TV, and you're good to go. Super easy, super convenient. You don't have to go through any updates. You don't have to go through any customizations. You don't have to adjust anything, maintenance anything, right? Like on a PC. And that was the whole point of a console. Like with the Atari 2600, you put the cartridge in. With the SNES, Sega Genesis, you put a cartridge in. That was the whole purpose of a console. To begin with, was the convenience and plug and play, easy to use. That's what made it successful in the 80s and the 90s and even the early 2000s. But we are in 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, things have changed. But I tried to explain all of this in my previous video, and obviously the Sony fanboys don't want to hear it. They still believe that no, we won. Xbox lost. No, Xbox didn't lose anything. What did they lose? What did they lose? They're still making money, and they're going to be making money. Okay, so they didn't make money selling consoles. Well, that's to be expected because their main focus was never to make money off of consoles. I mean, they clearly spelled that out. I mean, Satya and Satya and Phil Spencer. I'm sorry, Satya Satya and Phil Spencer. They clearly have acknowledged that. They clearly have said that's it. No more red lines. Our focus is not on a console. There's still going to be a choice of a console, but our main focus is not console. Our main focus is this. You see this, all of this. Play wherever you want to play. We don't care on which device do you play. We don't care if you play on a PlayStation. We don't care if you play on a Nintendo Switch or a PC or a cloud or a Meta Quest 3. We don't care where you play as long as you are buying our products, meaning our software. As long as you buy our software, we don't care where you buy it. PlayStation Store, Nintendo Store, PC. We don't care where you play it, how you play it, where you purchase it, as long as you're buying it from us. Okay? And our focus is our software and our Game Pass service. That's our main focus right now. Our main focus is Game Pass and our software. Our focus is not consoles. It's just an option. It's there if you want it. And I clearly explained all of this. I mean, I don't think I have an accent. I think my English is pretty darn good, I believe. But no, these Sony fanboys, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. No, they still believe that they're black and white plastic, PlayStation 5 plastic, brand Sony PlayStation. It's still the greatness awaits, and there's still exclusives coming. Oh yeah? Well, where do you think Death Stranding 2 is coming? PC, huh? Well, you guessed it right. Where do you think Wolverine will also show up? PC, yes. It'll be on a PlayStation 5 for a limited, time, maybe 6 months, 7 months, or maybe a year, but after that, or maybe less than that, and they'll put it on the PC. So what exclusives do you have? Code Violet? Code Violet? Really? Okay. I rest my case. Look, I don't care if people call me an Xbox Shill, but I'm not. Like, that's the whole point. I'm not an Xbox Shill. That's the part that really makes me laugh. I'm not triggered. Listen, it's not the worst thing in the world, even if people titled me an Xbox Shill. But ask yourself this. Let's say hypothetically that I am an Xbox Shill. But look at the evidence. If I'm an Xbox Shill, don't you think I would be paying $30 a month? I would never turn off my renewal on the Game Pass. If I was such an Xbox Shill, I would be paying $30 each month. I would never turn off the renewal for my membership, and I would be charged $30 a month each month. So if I'm such a shill, ask yourself a question. Well, why doesn't he pay $30 a month each month for a Game Pass if he's such a shill? Because that's what a shill does. Pays the full price, pays every month, $30, no question asked. But I'm not doing that. What am I doing? I'm taking a different route. I'm taking a route of I only pay $10 when it's a specific month where they have a specific game on that specific month, like Forza Horizon 6, right? Or Fable. Or maybe there's a specific game I want to play, right? Like Avatar, The Frontier. Okay, maybe I want to play Madden NFL 26 or High on Life 2. Maybe there's specific games I want to play. So and then I'll pay $10. But I only pay $10 on selective months, because some of these months they have specific games that I want to play. So how can I be a shill if I only pay $10 once in a 2-3 months for a membership? How can I be a shill if I have trade in my Xbox Series X and my Xbox Series S for a Nintendo Switch 2? Wouldn't you say I'm more of a Nintendo shill? If you were to call me Nintendo shill, you probably would have like better accurate representation versus calling me an Xbox shill. So, like I said, I don't care if you call me an Xbox shill, but where's the evidence? Show me the evidence. Like, see, the evidence doesn't fit with what you're saying. It doesn't bother me, really. I'm not making this video because, oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh, I'm triggered that you called me a Xbox shill. No, especially if a phony Sony fanboy calls me a shill, Xbox shill. It really doesn't hurt my feelings. What it does, it makes me laugh, and it makes me want to make a video like this so I can profit some money off of you guys. Get some nice engagement here, right? Because I know this will trigger you. So I find the whole thing hilarious. And what did I do? I was just simply talking about not necessarily the Xbox or PlayStation. I was speaking in general that the consoles are a dying breed. And that's what we're seeing right now. There won't be any necessity to invest money into building a console anymore because it's not a profitable business. Sony wants to move in a different direction that the Xbox Game Pass is moving on. They want to focus more on selling their software and selling their service. And who's doing exactly the same thing? Well, let's see. Oh, gee whiz. What is this? Xbox. Xbox is doing exactly the same thing. They're focusing on selling their software, putting it everywhere, on every platform, and also focusing on the subscription service. What is Sony doing? Focusing on a subscription service. What are the commercials and advertisements that you see from PlayStation? PlayStation Plus. That's all they advertise. It's PlayStation Plus. That's all you see. You don't see no advertisement of them. Go buy a console. Go buy a PS5 Slim. Go buy a PS5 Pro. Do you see any PS5 Slim advertisement? Do you see any advertisement on go buy a PS5 Pro? Do you see any advertisement on go and buy a PlayStation Portal? Do you see any advertisement of go ahead and buy a PlayStation VR 2? No. Do you see any advertisement of their so-called exclusive limited games? No. So what do you see? You see commercials of PlayStation Plus because they're focusing on a different direction, the same direction that the Xbox is focusing on. Why would they want to build another console? Well, there's no reason. They have no competition. And if there's no competition, then what do you need a console for? Why would you want to waste your money on building a console when you don't have to? Why would you build a console and waste money, investing money? And it's going to cost Sony a lot of money to build a console, a new console. Why would they want to do that when they can just take the different route, okay, and focus on something else, like a PlayStation Portal 2, handheld device, a subscription service, cloud service, stuff like that, like a PC, putting their games on the Steam on a PC. And that's all I was saying on that previous video. But no, I'm an Xbox shill. I'm an Xbox shill. Listen, to all my Sony fanboys, if you have a difficult time understanding the reality of the fact and what reality we're living in 2026, then there's nothing I can do to help you. You will have to find a way to adapt to realization that this is what's going on. This is the reality of the fact. This is where we are. You know, I don't care that you love your PlayStation. I don't care that you're a fanboy. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. Okay, it's not the food off of my table. I don't care. I'm simply saying is I find it hilarious that you guys get triggered simply because I was just speaking out the facts. I was just trying to bring you some facts, and you guys lost your mind, got all like triggered and lost your mind, totally lost your mind, calling me an Xbox shill. Again, I have no problem. I'm even wearing the Xbox headsets. I guess I must be an Xbox shill, you know. I have no problem. Even if you call me Xbox shill for the rest of my life, I have no problem with that. But the only problem is it's not accurate. It doesn't look. I want to say this. It doesn't bother me, but it's not accurate. People will say, well, hold on. How could he be an Xbox shill? Wait a minute. Didn't he just trade in his Xbox Series X and S? He's not paying $30 a month for an Xbox Game Pass. How could he be a shill? Yeah, people will say that and say, well, you want to call him a shill? Well, wait a minute. How can you call him a shill? What kind of a shill is he? He's probably the cheapest shill there is, paying $10 once in a few months for an Xbox Game Pass. If I was a real hardcore shill, I would be paying $30 a month for Xbox Game Pass, but I'm not. Anyway, just a short little video, 15 minutes. I figured I make this video because I find it hilarious. The people are calling me an Xbox shill. It is really hilarious. But anyway, I figured this will make you laugh. Thank you for watching, and it's laughable. It's laughable, but it's also sad that Sony fanboys are really coping this hard. They're really coping this hard. They're really having a hard time. I know it's hard. Listen, before I go, my Sony dear fanboys, you will have to find the strength to cope with this and to find the strength to go through some kind of rehabilitation, go to rehab, and maybe you can, get out of that rehab and be, scot-free out of this dogma of PlayStation fanboyism, hopefully. God willing, I keep my fingers crossed, All right, anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. It's hilarious. I know. It's hilarious. Believe me, and even this video, it's hilarious. But that's the whole point, because it is hilarious. It's entertaining. That's why I made this video.